Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to another Devlog of Edenville. I hope you guys are doing great and doing wonderful on this day, and excited to start on this week. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen this week and what's the deal. What's the deal, guys? But cool. Last week we ended up working on and getting the dungeon generation working and this room generation, right? So that it could connect all of these rooms. You could tell it how much rooms it's gonna have, and it's something that I wanted to have, so that depending on the cave that you came in, it would give you some random amount of rooms for that, or dungeon caves, I guess, connections basically, and be able to have this generation connect all of these connections to the main entrance that you're gonna come out of. And I wanted to do it that way just so I could have more control over things that I can be happening in that room. I can put all the enemies, I can put like all, if I decide to have puzzles in it, I can decide which rooms are gonna have it, and I can have a little bit more control over that. So basically that's the main idea that I wanted to have for this room dungeon generation. It may update later on, but for now it's actually in a pretty good place. So if you jump into Trello board real quick, so for this week, over last week actually, you're gonna getting this generation working in a good place. I think I'm debating because I need to add more rooms, right? Because I only have one version of each of the connections, and I would like to have at least 3 per connection. I'm debating if I should use, I'm gonna use this to also have a checklist in here and say that you want this to also have 3 versions of each. I have another, let's say, have generation working, and you can say that, hey, we did that one already. So basically that's what I wanted to do. And another thing that I added in here, it was basically one of the main things that I want to have working this week, is to be able to have the dungeon and the main world connected, so that when I enter a cave, it will load the cave, and then when you exit the cave, it will load back to where you actually entered. And that's something that I would like to work on this week. Cool. I would love to be able to enter caves and come out of it. That would be pretty awesome. I'm excited to have that in there. And basically, yeah, talk to you guys then. All right then, guys, it is Friday today. Ooh, a couple days already. This system ended up taking me a little bit longer than I thought, but it was a pretty intense implementation of being able to hook up the dungeon with the outer world. There was a lot of stuff that happened, and a lot of crashes that happened, and a lot of things that I need to move around in my code, so to keep things alive between the transitions, right? To keep the same player and move the player to the other scene and other nodes that I needed to stay alive between the transitions, so it doesn't get deleted and remove all of my data that I didn't need to get removed. But after being able to have that in a good place and no more crashes and all that, I can show you guys what I have right now. So I have these cliffs with the cave entrances in here. If I get in here and get in there, it does this transition into the cave. So it fades into black, does the transition, and then it fades back out, and you're inside the cave. And that's actually super cool. I'm excited to have this in place, guys. You have no idea how excited I am to be able to have this hooked up already. It feels really good, like I actually am playing a game. And after I start adding enemies and other things that you can do to interact with the caves and all of that, I think it'll be super fun. I'm excited to have that in there. But I'm just thinking too ahead already, guys. Man, that's not how my brain works right now. After being excited, I'd be like, hey, we would traverse through all of this, all the enemies, interactions that I'm having to the cave. I mean, fishing, I need to add ponds in here as well, which is something that I need to add eventually. But cool. I created a system, so kind of like I mentioned before, where it remembers the actions that you took, basically, right? So it remembers the entrances that you came in, and it links this entrance, links that entrance with this entrance, so that when I come out, it remembers like, hey, I came out of here. So I enter here, and right before it does the transition, it keeps track of the position of the player, or the entrance of the door, I mean, and it links it up with this one, so that it knows when I come out of here, it knows where to spawn me. And I think that's a good, I think that's right. So right now it's a good way to do it right now, just because my world is procedure generated. You have no idea where all of these doors or entrances is going to be located, right? Like each instances are going to be different. So I think that's a pretty good way a pretty good system to have right now. And I wanted to create that system as well, because if I ever do decide to have multiple floors of dungeons in here, let's say there was another, hypothetically, it was, as of right now, there was an entrance in here, another door entrance, right? And I entered it, it would take me down to a lower level, or maybe even a higher level. I don't know. Maybe this clip is really high or whatever reason, right? I mean, take you to a different floor and all that. So instead of creating a dungeon that has like 20 rooms in just one level, I can make the dungeon a little bit smaller, but with multiple rooms, right? And with this system and that this will make it work. And it remembers like, hey, when I enter this door, and links it up with the other entrance that it is, and knows where to spawn me, basically. Cool. I'm excited, guys, to have it here. And that's basically, it's not much to be able to show you guys, but even though it did took some time, but it's something that I needed to be done and be able to have it here. I'm excited to have that in here already, guys. Cool. So the next thing that I want to jump in is just to be able to fix this a little bit, because that doesn't look that great, right? So basically all I did was basically take this entrance, copied it over from the dungeon entrance. I just copied this entrance and then just pasted it outside. What I want to do is be able to use, I think, or as of right now, just make it work with this cliff, or I think so. That's what I'm gonna do. Because I was thinking like also changing the cliffs, because I don't really like it that much, and be able to change it and then change the entrance to make it look similar to that new entrance or the cliff. That's something that I need to figure out. So, but as of right now, this is a pretty good place, guys. So that's something I need to jump on. Maybe add some of the pond inside. I need to be able to create some assets for that as well. So be able to create like the coastline. It's not really a coastline, but whatever this is called, right? Or the pond, like the coast. I'm gonna call it coast for now. Maybe it is called coast. Or the inside of the cave, because I don't have the asset for that, so that I can have water inside the cave. And basically that's about it. Oh, and be able to create the more instances of each of the rooms, because right now each rooms or each connection, yeah, each room, there's only one version of it, and I would like to have at least 3 versions of each. Yeah, so at least, I don't know if I need to do that just yet, but that's something that I'd like to have. But that's basically what I'm gonna be working on next, guys. So let's get started. Alright then, guys, it is Saturday today. I am ready to show you guys what I have done so far since the last time. So let's get in the game and show you guys what I have right now. So I ended up changing the way that the clips look like. Definitely like it a little bit better than the other one, for sure. But until I just need to spend a week or so, whatever, trying to figure out how this game is going to be looking like towards the end. I just need to spend some time on that. But other than that, I have this clip now. I ended up adding collisions to the clips now, so I'm not able to go on top anymore. I cannot go to the sides. I cannot do pathfinding on top either, and all of that. So that's actually something I needed to do, just so that it looks a little bit better, so you're not walking over things. I also added, if I go to this side real quick, so once I get closer to the water, which is on this side, I believe, you will also notice that I can't click on water anymore. I added some collisions on the coastline of these, and disable pathfinding if you clicked on water and all of that. And I cannot go in water anymore. So there's just some additional things that I need to add this to make it look like an actual game. You're not like walking on water and all of that, but hey, it's still reflections work and all of that. And reflections on this tree over here. So I added additional rooms, or yeah, dungeon rooms in here. So you also have a little bit more of a randomization going on in here. There's actually a cave behind this tree. So if I actually went inside, if I get out of here, I'm back behind the tree because there's a cave there. That's where I entered. If I entered in this one, it's a little bit different, right? So I came back inside. I go back inside. Each time I just need to set a seed for each of the rooms or each of the caves that I enter, so that way it stays the same. As of right now, they're all gonna be different every time I enter the room or not. All right, so this is the actually the original dungeon room that we've been seeing lately. The original entrance. I just added water in here in the corner. But this is the main entrance that I've been showing you guys before I added more rooms. But other than that, guys, this is basically about it. There isn't too many crazy things that happened since yesterday. Just some minor things that needed to be added that to make this look better. But I'm just so excited right now, guys. To be able to have these entrances and be able to have the character come out in the same place that he entered. All of that stuff, it is working. Just the last thing I need to touch, if I were to do that, was uh to find a formula for the seeds for each of these rooms. So that way, every time I enter the same cave, it generates the same one, right? I just need to generate the seed. It's already all set up. I just need to figure out that formula. So if I enter this cave and I keep entering it, it will be the same one, right? But cool. And that's basically about it, guys. I'm excited to have this game in a good place already. I have hooking up dungeon generation to the main world. That's super exciting. It makes it look like an actual game already. It's starting to feel like that already. I can also farm, which I haven't even shown lately, but it still works. So I think the main goal that I'm thinking right now is like just the top things that I thinking lately is to figure out what's gonna be the art style for this game, hooking up more of the gameplay loop for this. So I have farming and all of that stuff already working. I just need to add more our assets for the fruits and veggies that you're gonna be growing, hooking that up, have like some type of a shopkeeper or a seller or whatever, so you can sell your items and buy more seeds. Saving the time so it remembers the time that you're in, and then having more environmental updates to this, so like having trees sway a little bit depending on the wind, maybe have some particle effects, some leaves coming out of it, weather system. So a day and night, I have a day cycle, but I don't have like an actual visualization of day and night cycle here, so definitely having a night cycle here as well, and having a weather system like I mentioned, so it could rain. It could probably have some thunderstorms in here and all of that, and that's gonna be pretty sweet. And also incorporating fishing, that's another thing that I definitely have that in my mind. And just like the top ones that I am thinking of. So I'm gonna start tackling those, and not in any particular order for next week, so have that in mind, guys. But cool, that's about it for this week, guys. So we'll say, I know these past 2 weeks, including last week video and this video coming out, it's been pretty short just because trying to figure out this dungeon generation, it was not an easy task to do, and still, some minor modifications that I need to do that'll make it feel a little bit better. I definitely, when I enter the cave, I want to have some type of shader effects here. That's probably another thing I would like to add. Shader effects or like image effects. It can look like the atmosphere of an actual dungeon or a cave. Maybe it's have some fog or going on around here. Maybe a darker setting and have some like point lights in here for like maybe have torches or something. I don't know yet. Yeah, that's all the things I need to add, right? Point lights. There's no lights in here. You can see it and all of that. So there's still a lot of stuff, guys. Still a lot of stuff, and I'm excited to jump on those things, guys. So if you guys are enjoying this video, feel free to to post in the comments. Let me know what you guys thinking so far, and any feedback or thoughts about the game or on the progress on this game. Feel free to post in the comments. I definitely would love to read what you guys have to say. And if you really are enjoying it, feel free to like the video, subscribe. It does definitely help me out a lot. It's not necessary, but if you guys enjoying the video, are excited for this game, feel free to like it and subscribe. Like I said, it does help me out a lot, and with the YouTube algorithm. The YouTube algorithm has always never been great for me, but yeah, I'm still here kicking, guys. Still here kicking, and I'm excited to bring more stuff to you guys. for the future. I'm excited. I'm excited. Cool. Anyways, guys, this is about it. I'll see you guys next week on Monday, and then we can figure out what exactly we're going to be working out for that week. So, cool. I'll see you guys then. Signing out.